Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're continuing on with the controller warning, but now let's come to our scene. And as you can see, we're in the splash screen, and that's where we've placed our controller manager. Now we need to come to the controller warning scene itself. Once we've done that, and as you know, in the previous lesson we renamed our script to controller manager, and this is because now we're going to create another C# script, and this one will now be called the controller warning. So let's attach this script to the main camera. We'll just save the scene as it is. And let's come to the script. We'll just get rid of that. So here's our script open, and let's come to the very top, and we're going to use a using statement, Unity engine, and what we want is dot scene management. We'll close the line off there, and that's because we're going to be loading to the next scene from this script. And then we're going to come to this line, the public class line, and rather than actually inheriting from mono behavior, it's actually going to inherit from the controller manager script. So we'll just save that off there. So the controller manager inherits from mono behavior, as you can see here in the inspector, and then this script, the controller warning, now works from this script. So with that said, let's come to the very top and we'll get our variables in place. And the first one, it can be type public, and we want texture 2D underscore controller warning background. Let's close the line off there and into the comments. So we'll say create slot in inspector to assign the controller warning background. We'll come below of type public and texture 2D again. Controller warning text. Close the line off. Create slot in inspector to assign the controller warning text, and we'll say text message. And the next one can be of type public again, texture 2D underscore controller detected text. Let's close that line off. Again, straight into the comments, create slot in inspector to assign the controller detected text message. So quite simply, obviously the background, this is the warning text to make sure that you need to warn the player that they actually need to actually plug in a controller in order to play the game. Controller detected, this tells the player that not only have they plugged in a controller, which obviously they would know, but the fact that the game has detected it. So they know that there's no problems and the game will continue. So, with that said, let's create some more variables. Again, they can be of type public for now and of type float. Underscore controller, and we want the warning, fade, and value. Let's close the line off. Now there's no need to put in a value at this point here. Let's put it into the comments. We'll say it defines the fade value of the warning text, and actually we'll make this of type private from the very beginning. So private float underscore, and we want the controller, and let's call this the warning fade speed. Let's close that line off, and into the comments defines the fade speed. And in fact, I will define the value here. So let's give it a value of, and we'll say equals 0.25f, and I may change this value, but we'll leave it at this for now. And let's fix that little typo there. So again, you can experiment with this value yourself to find one that suits your project, but I'll start with that value and I'll probably tweak it and see where I'm happy with. And in fact, I'm going to make this private from the very beginning again. Let's say private bool underscore controller conditions met. Let's call it that. Into the comments defines if the controller conditions are met for the game to continue. Now we're going to use this bool, and this is going to tell the game that yes, the player has plugged in a controller, it has been detected, and we are fine for the game to continue. Now, as always, please do not worry if you still do not understand how these are going to work. We'll go over them again in greater detail when we actually come out to flesh out the rest of the script. But for now, let's come to the void start, and we'll say underscore, and let's have a look. We want the controller warning fade value. We'll say equals 1. Let's close that line off. Into the comments, fade value equals 1 on startup, and controller conditions met. And we're going to say equal false. Let's close that line off. Into the comments, controller conditions met is false on startup. And let's save that off there. So we've got all the variables we're going to need in place, and everything that's required for the void start is in place. And I think we'll leave it here for this lesson, apart from one more thing. Actually, we'll come to the top. we'll put in our normal block. So I'll add my name and today's date, which is the 28th of the 5th, 2017. I'll just save that off there again. So I think we'll leave it here for now. Don't worry about filling in any of these. We'll do that when we actually come to testing the script, which we will be doing in later videos. So as I said, we'll leave it here for this lesson as we've finished with the variables and the void start, and in the next lessons we'll continue on fleshing out the rest of the script. So I hope to see you then, and as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.